actually already today providing gene therapies for people, for actual people, and you can actually go ahead and do the gene therapy on yourself. And Vladimir will tell you how. So Vladimir is himself a biohacker, a longevity enthusiast, and he was enjoying it so much that he decided to get a biomedical engineering degree. And now he co-founded Unlimited Bio, the company I told you about just now. Okay, Vladimir, you're welcome.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. All right, so I'm here to present you the accelerated approach to tackling human aging. And well, I guess we all agree that aging sucks and it has to be dealt with as soon as possible because our health declines inevitably. And we have a plan and we have a mission. And the mission is to radically accelerate the emergence of an anti-aging solution. And we have a plan to do this. First of all, we decompose aging into several domains. So what's important for us when we age, it's important to think sharp, to resist from pathogens, to be active, to move well, and also to look nice, at least as good as Brian Johnson. So then we further decompose each domain into several subsystems and define biomarkers which we can influence in our trials, because of course we cannot wait for 20 years to see the mortality rates. We need some proxies to estimate our progress. Then we started assembling a portfolio of therapies which we can administer to human patients. And in this case, unlike regular biotechs, we don't restrict ourselves to our own R&D. We repurpose existing drugs, existing therapies which were approved for a disease, and in case they can influence one of those aging processes. We also license therapies, for example, if they are in early clinical trial stage, in stage 1 or 2, and so on. See if they can fit our approach. And in the worst case, when we cannot find anything in the existing market, in the existing science, we do our own research. And the ultimate goal for us is to compose an anti-aging cocktail, because aging is, of course, it's very multifaceted, so it cannot be meaningfully affected with a single gene, a single protein, or whatever. So we need to have a combination approach to aging. And of course, this process is somewhat limited, we say rate limited by regulators, because it takes, as Laura's already mentioned, way too much money and time to get a single drug to market. Just to give you a single example, we were investigating the production costs for AAV gene therapies, and producing a single high-dose therapy, GMP-like quality, can cost up to $2 million for a patient. So in this case, if you want to do a trial on, say, 100 patients, you can calculate the cost. If you want to do a combination trial, say, do 3 of those therapies, then the costs are even higher. So it's basically impossible to expect a powerful solution from the regular frameworks. And that's why we gravitate towards special economic zones where it can be done way faster and cheaper, and we can utilize pay-to-participate trials there. So it's basically something like crowdfunding and citizen science in one. And well, naturally we decided to incorporate in Prospera, and we are a fully Prospera-based company. and we partnered with GARM. So it's a clinic known for doing mini circle trials. Brian Johnson visited it, and they are known for a great track record in doing breakthrough therapies. Like they work a lot with stem cells and so on. We're also looking for other locations outside of Prospero to be safe from potential political issues. So we're exploring a few other locations in Latin America, even one location in Europe, and actively scouting for partners in Asia. Well, our first therapy is VEGF gene therapy. We obtained exclusive rights for it, and we repurposed it for longevity purposes. It was developed as a treatment for peripheral atherosclerotic disease for patients who develop severe restriction of blood flow to the legs. It's a plasmid, so it acts locally, it doesn't spread through the bloodstream, and it showed outstanding safety on over 10,000 patients already. But it's only approved in Russia for now. And the major effect it had is improving pain-free walking distance in those patients. So they could walk, for example, for only 300 meters without feeling severe pain. And after 6 months, when they got the ingrowth of new capillaries in the muscle, they could walk already for over a kilometer on average. So it was, I think, a 300% increase. As I mentioned, we don't want to be like a single pathway company. We want to rapidly accumulate our portfolio to eventually start doing combinations. So we start with VEGF, and because capillary density is important in multiple organs and tissues, we'll be trying it not only for muscle indications, but also for cosmetic indications such as age-related decline in hair density, so alopecia. Also, we are looking for partnerships with companies doing AAV therapies, and so far we are kind of have preliminary agreements with 2 of them. And we want to become the first company which will try a cocktail of AAV therapies on a human. So more or less what George was doing on mice. The major milestones are on the slide. So we began our operations in 2024 in Prospero. We started with licensing our first drug, with assembling a team and with a small fundraise. Next year we want to raise around for doing proof of concept studies as a part of our participation in X-Prize. So we'll first check the safety of combinations on animal models and then proceed to humans. And the major goal, as I mentioned, is assembling a rejuvenation cocktail by 2030. So far, we have 4 pieces to this puzzle, so we need a toolbox, so we need an array of therapies to work with, so we are actively looking for partnerships in the field. Then we also want to have more locations than just be a Prospero-based company, so we are looking for clinics which are open to doing protein therapies, gene therapies. We of course also need people who will participate in the trials, and yeah, we need funds to do research. The team is on the slide, so you might have met Ivan and Anna on various longevity events. And yeah, we also have a scientific team of 3 people right now and our brilliant advisors. That's it for me. So you can scan the code to add yourself to the to sign up for our updates. So add yourself to the waiting list and sign up to our social networks. Thank you.
So, Vladimir, did you try VEGF gene therapy yourself?
I'm planning to do it this month, actually, a bit later this month, not yet.
But how you're so tall already? All right, any questions from the audience? Sasha?
Can you go a bit deeper into the details of the therapy that you developed, and why is it very safe? How can you ensure that it is safe?
Yeah, so we didn't develop it, so we just repurposed it. It was already developed for a disease, and it was tested on thousands of patients, including follow-up trials, 5-year follow-up trials. So yeah, it has established safety. That's why, and since capillary ingrowth is so important for many conditions, and it declines with age. So with age, you get worse blood supply to your hair follicles, to your muscles, to your brain, and so on. So it can be used on multiple organs wherever you need it.
So how do you do it? What is the relation between gene therapy and blood vessels?
This plasmid, it gets into the cells and makes cells produce VEGF. And it's a factor, growth factor, which promotes ingrowth of capillaries to this site. Okay. So you inject it locally, the cells acquire a new DNA, and they kind of attract new capillaries.
Okay.
So you have to do multiple injections if you want to affect a broad area in your body.
So do you change the genome permanently, or do you just change a few cells that will turn over and then, so basically do you target stem cells or do you target regular cells?
No, you don't change your genome, you just complement your DNA with like an additional circle inside the cell, which is active for a while, so it could be a few months or a few years, and then the effect is maintained for several years. So I think it's increasing for the first 3 years and so on, it kind of starts declining. So it's temporary but long term.
Okay, Marty.
I was just wondering what application you're going to try for. You're a healthy looking fella and you've got a good head of hair, so I'm wondering, what are you going to inject on yourself?
Indeed. So the indication we are going to try on me is like a human enhancement kind of indication. So increasing the blood supply to the muscle, to your legs. So potentially you get increased oxygen concentration in the muscle. It could translate to increased VO2 max, for example, so to more important biomarkers. It could be just used for athletes, for example, to make them faster or recover better, but we have to test that.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
It's plasmid delivery, right? You said there's been some criticism of the mini-circle approach that the concentrations of plasmids are far too low to create an effect. And so I just want to briefly comment if you've seen those criticisms, and if so, how your approach differs from mini-circles.
Yeah, well, plasmids are of course criticized because they're not too effective. They're not too effective at getting into the cells. How we tackle that is we do many injections, and it's a local therapy. So we don't say you had one shot and like there is an effect on the whole body. No, you made one shot and the effect is in this place where you administered it. So in this case, we dilute the drug and use multiple doses you'll get a lot of shots. So for example, it could be 15 shots in a single leg. So yeah, it's a local effect. But the good thing about it, that's very safe and it's still a gene therapy. So it's a good place to start, I think.
We have time for about 2 questions until the next speaker. Okay, wait a second.
I think some good questions have already been asked. I was just curious in regards to the locations you're looking to expand to, You also mentioned looking for partners in Asia. So for finding a new location or for other purposes? Just wanted to clarify what you're looking for in Asia and where, if you have any preferences.
Well, we are looking for clinics which are looking for rejuvenative therapies,
Okay.
mainly.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Guys, last question. And we forgot to tell that the best question today and tomorrow, the best question will win a CGM device. So,
Which one?
which one? Libre, Freestyle Libre. Okay, anyone wants Freestyle Libre? Lawrence wants.
For those that don't know, continuous glucose monitor, CGM. So, question: why not consider other delivery methods? Plasmids might not be effective.
Yeah, we are considering. So we start with plasmids, and the next step is AAV. So the AAV VGF is already in development by our partner. They're doing preclinical trials right now. So we'll look at the results. If the results are good enough, it's safe, then why not?
Also for muscle?
Yeah, well, the methods of delivery, yeah, it has yet to be defined. So it can either be local or systemic. Yeah, we'll have to see. It's a bit early to say.
Okay, thank you, Vladimir. We'll have time to speak to Vladimir in the breaks and in the fishbowl session, so, and tomorrow as well, so he's here. He's easier to spot. So, yeah, a round of applause, please. And the next speaker joining us online, Ilya, can you see us? Can you hear us?